YouTube, what up? Atrix here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a makeup tutorial for what I do for my face makeup. And it's pretty simple, straightforward, and these are all drugstore products. They're not like expensive things. They're pretty cheap. I think overall for all the items it would be probably like around $24 or so, but don't take me for don't take that legit because I don't know if it varies on like state pricing and stuff. But I'm using a e.l.f. makeup brush here for my foundation, and if you can't already tell, my foundation is obviously a liquid foundation, and it's actually the L'Oreal True Match. It comes in like a little circular bottle like this, or cylinder bottle, and I use the foundation brush instead of makeup pads now, only because of the fact that I feel like the coverage is better. And when I poured the foundation, the liquid foundation, onto like a makeup pad, I feel like I'm wasting half of it because half of it seems to get absorbed into the pad, whereas on this brush it's not really going to get absorbed too much in that. So what I do is I just take the brush and I tilt the liquid and I pour it out like this. And if you guys want to know what the specific color is, it's the natural buff color from the neutral palette of the True Match L'Oreal liquid foundation, and it's called N3. So we just apply this like pretty generously on the face, as you can see I'm doing here. And I apologize if the sound quality or the video quality isn't like the greatest. I still don't have enough money to afford like a better camera, so I'm actually using my phone's camera. No hate, no hate. So as you can see here, I'm just taking the foundation and I'm getting in everywhere, you know, I'm not making sure I'm getting all the spots where, you know, any sight of like no makeup would show up. And you don't want to do what I'm doing right now and get it like somewhat in your eyebrow. I'm struggling a little bit because I'm not used to using a phone camera to like film. It's a little harder to like see exactly like the perfect lighting of everything. But yeah, and then you just want to very lightly go around the lips. The main reason I use the liquid foundation is just because I like the coverage better than like a powdered foundation or like a matte powder foundation or cream. I just feel like this works better for me. It's completely up to you though which one you know think suits you best. Now my cat is in here. So yeah, just like I said before, apply this generously on your face. Make sure you cover everything. You want to get the whole way over to your hairline. This stuff will come out of your hair if you get a little bit on your hair. It's not the end of the world. Actually, it's probably better if you do get a little bit in your hair, if that's what you need to do, and make sure that everything is covered. Because you don't want, especially like if you're really pale like me on my face, you definitely do not want little pale spots sticking out, because then obviously everyone's going to be like, okay, well she's definitely using tons of makeup, you know, and then she just forgets to apply it in certain spots. That doesn't look right. So yeah, you just want to make sure you have full coverage. And as you can see, I have some blemishes from my acne. I really don't have, I guess you could say, like acne anymore. I just have like tiny little breakouts here and there. Normally around my time of the month, that's when I get them anymore. But I really struggled when I was younger, especially like around my age of like 13, 14. I started getting it really bad, which sucked because that was my freshman year of high school, and you don't really want to have like crazy breakouts. So that's when I really started using makeup like heavily, because I just wanted to, you know, cover that stuff up. And it's really important if you have acne that you know, speak with a dermatologist or your doctor to try to figure out, you know, what they also think would be the best solution for your acne. I'm not saying and I highly recommend that you talk to them because, you know, makeup is great to hide little things like that and just to look, you know, personally better if you have like low self-esteem like me. But, you know, makeup is definitely not a cure to acne. It's not going to make the acne completely disappear, and over the day, if you're bored like I was in school and you put your hand on your face, the makeup will come off. So, I mean, it's not a perfect 100% complete cover-up for your acne. It's only just a nice little method of how you can reduce the way it looks and like semi-hide it. And I feel like this makeup does a pretty good coverage of the face. As you can see, it's not too like shiny and oily. I really do not like the really super oily makeups. This one does not seem to be like that as long as you really like get it into your, you know, you work it in. You can use a makeup pad if you would like, but I definitely would recommend, and I definitely personally prefer the makeup brush. Now I use a blush contouring brush to also just, you know, blend all of the edges of my face in with this, and sometimes I apply blush, but since it's like just early in the morning right now, I am not going to apply blush because I just normally leave that for more epic nights and stuff like that. When I'm going out at night, that's normally when I apply the blush. But I'm just rubbing it in right now and making sure that everything is blended. Yeah. And a nice little tip is that if you're using a makeup to, you know, maybe make your skin tone look a little darker or to cover up blemishes like I was talking about earlier, you really want to make sure that the makeup not only, you know, blends in well with your face, but if your neckline or your chest or just pretty much any of this part of your body is exposed along with your face, you want to make sure that whatever makeup you're using, it blends in with the rest of your skin tone. So let's say I put a dark tan like makeup on here on my face, you want to make sure you have a makeup that's going to, you know, or you want to make sure that your skin tone down here is going to match that makeup that you're using, or else it'll, sorry about that, it'll really look bad when you're like when someone sees you, you know, as a profile look like this or like this from the side, they will definitely notice if like your skin down here is really pale and you just put on this tan makeup just on your face, they're gonna see like a huge line. So like you want to make sure you bring the makeup down here to your neck and your chest as well to make sure that it matches the whole way through if that's what you're going for. Now that I'm done with the liquid foundation part, I am not going to do eyeshadow today, but I'm going to do my eyeliner next. And what I use is the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner. Comes in like a little glass container like this, and you just take off the top like that. And I use the Blackest black color because I just think that the dark black looks more, you know, noticeable and I guess like appealing maybe, or just more sexy. I'm not really sure. I just really like the darkest eyeliner that there is possible. I just think it looks better. So you get this little brush with it, and all you do is you start from the outer edge and you just work your way in, and you just glide it over, and sometimes little pieces break off from it. Okay, so this is what the gel liner should look like when it's finished. Sorry guys, I'm grabbing some stuff. Alright, so I wanted to make sure from the mirror that this is like looking right. So when I'm done with my eyeliner, this is normally what it looks like when I'm finished. I tend to use a pretty thick line when I'm doing it, but if you want, you can draw a much thinner line. You don't have to make like such a thick line on your eyelids like I do. I just like a very epic look to my eyeliner. I think that's like the main thing, you know, how there's these things like, oh, you know, I couldn't go a day without lip gloss or lipstick. Like if there was one thing I would need, it would be lipstick. Well, for my opinion, it's definitely the eyeliner for me. I can't go without eyeliner. It's just a huge deal to me, and I really, really love eyeliner. So I'm kind of picky about how I put it on and just making sure I get full coverage. So I wanted to look in the mirror behind here to just make sure it looks good. And this is like what it looks like when it's all finished. You can apply as many coats to it as you want. On your eyelids, because this stuff just layers on, and actually the more layers probably the better. And this stuff seems fairly waterproof as long as you're not like constantly rubbing your eyes or your face. It should stay on pretty well. And then finally for the mascara, I use the CoverGirl Bombshell Volume by Lashblast mascara, and it's like the 1-2 step section. So you start off with like step 1, obviously, so you take the step 1 off. And step 1 is just to make your lashes look more full. That's more mainly for the volume of them. And then step 2 is the lengthening part. So we're going to apply this first, which is step 1. And this really sucks using a phone camera because it's like really hard to see what the heck I'm doing. I'm using like this fluorescent lighting in my bathroom to help me because it's super bright, and even with that it still looks like really weird on my iPhone. So then we do step 2 next, which is right here, and this one is the lengthening. So now you take that and you want to pull up and then in, up and then in, to give it like a natural curly look without having to even use the eyelash curler yet. And I get mixed reviews on, you know, if you should curl your lashes first and then apply mascara, or if you should apply the mascara and then curl your lashes. Most people, it seems like they curl their lashes first. I personally don't think that works very well for me, but that's just my opinion. I normally curl them afterwards. So that's what the mascara looks like on my eyes, and I feel like it's pretty darn noticeable. I've used a lot of, blanking out on what it's called. I've used a lot of other brands, let's just put it at that, of mascara besides CoverGirl, and this is by far my favorite from them. There's some other brands that I've tried, and they're supposedly like waterproof and all this stuff. And they supposedly give you really good coverage, and they're like really thick and, you know, intense looking. No, no, no. This is like by far the best eyelashes mascara that I can find at this time. So I highly recommend all these drugstore makeups to you if you're looking for something new or you haven't tried these yet. I highly recommend it. And they're very affordable. It's not like MAC makeup where you're spending like $100 on one thing. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you learned something from it, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!